Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Starting early today. We got a lot of harvesting to do. So I wanted to make sure we're going to have time to get some stuff done. Hey Arden. Hey Alex. Yeah, and I think, actually I'm thinking that I may try to change permanently to an earlier time slot. Just because I think it'll work out better for a lot of people, myself included. And that way I'll have a little more than 2 hours to stream on Wednesdays, and I won't go to bed so late, because I need a little bit of time to wind down after a stream before I can get to sleep, so. Alright, so yeah, we've been doing wheat on this field. That was awfully loud. And that's going pretty well. Looks like we're about ready to empty. Hopefully you can get to the end of the row. And we're going to grab all the straw off of this field as well. You know, usually we use the chopped straw to give us some free fertilizer. But I want to hold on to the straw this time for the cows. So we've already got lots of hay. Soon we'll have lots of straw. And then after that, all we need is the silage, and we'll be able to fully support our cow feed without having to rely on buying stuff. And if all goes well, I think this will probably be the last season that we use the case harvester. I'd like to trade this in for a second John Deere X9, like the one that we bought in the last stream, and use the two together to really chew through some crops, get them running in a convoy on the field. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So we'll get this guy emptied out, and then we'll head down there. Okay. And I have a couple surprises for you guys this time, which I think you're going to like. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he's just been emptied. This is the X9 that we bought the last time, number 1. When we get the other one, we'll put a number 2 on it. Nice big header on this one, 50 feet, 15.5 meters, I think. So, yeah, this one is making very quick work of this field. It does need to be emptied quite a bit, so I think what I'm going to do is, once we work our way to the end of the field over there, closest to the shop, I think I'm going to detach the header and take it over to the shop and get the extended bin on top of it, so that we don't have to empty it quite so often. And in addition to that, the other thing I've noticed with this big trailer, this auger on the back, even with this big weight on the front of this Fendt, it's I'm having some real handling issues. Like, you can see how I kind of drift around the turns. So besides putting more weight on the front, I think I might need to... I was thinking of putting double wheels on the Fendt, just to have some more weight on the front tires. Because the wheel weights, I think, are only going to help in the back, whereas an extra set of wheels in the front will add more weight. Or I might just change this out for one of my tracked vehicles. Use the Challenger instead. That would be the other option. Alright, so I'm going to park that. Let's let's hop back in the harvester. And let's... Whoops. Yeah, I'll stop right here when I get to the corner. Okay, and I'm just going to leave the header right there. Nope. Wrong button. Okay. Oh, I am going to have to empty it completely so I can fold it. Let's do that here. Hey Jim, how you doing? Glad you can make it to the early bird edition. Oops. Fold. There we go. Alright. Boy, we got dirty real quick, didn't we? We've only been around the field 2 times and it's already completely filthy. I've been doing well, thanks. Having a good week. Looking forward to another weekend coming up here soon. Alright. I've got some new music here. I'm still doing, I'm doing free music, so... if anybody gets tired of it, let me know and I'll shut it off. That's no problem. How's your mom and them? They're good. They're good. Alright. Might as well throw a repair while I'm at it. Oh, look. We're already at 50,000 to repaint it. It's freaking ridiculous. Okay. Alright, so we have some choices here on the top. This is the, this is what we have now. Our capacity is 16.2. We can go up to 18.8 with this one. And I think that one is not foldable. We can go to 19.1. Or the XL. Holy crap. 27,400 liters. I'm thinking we do this one. What do you guys think? Yep. Hey, Creative Dragons. How are you? Welcome. Yeah, I think we do this one. Okay. I hope it'll fit through the door. Looks like it will, just barely. Yep. Go big or go home. That's right. We kind of have to go big now. We got a pretty decent sized field. Oh, and by the way, I've learned that you can use courseplay to create fields. So I think we might, once the harvest season is over and our tractors have some spare time, I may look for another place to put down another enormous field that we can just use to grow soybeans or maybe canola for oil. We can make canola oil. You know, something like that, just to just because I really like working these big fields. I think it's fun. Get all the big equipment out. And okay. Now, let's reattach. There we go. Oh yeah. Now, do I still have to unfold it? I do, but we won't see any action on the top. Oh yeah, we would. Yeah, we do. There's a little auger there. Okay. And now we just go to nearest waypoint, get it restarted. Enjoy our nice big tank there. Okay, Let's get those extra waypoints turned off because they're kind of ugly. Lovely. And now the Fendt is ready to be emptied out. What size weight do I have on here? 1800. I think there's a bigger, I think there's a larger weight that I can get. But yeah, I think the tongue weight is even a little too big for this tractor. I probably need like a oh, what's the big John Deere, the tractor with front and rear tracks. There's a case version. The quad track is the case version of it. I might just need to do one of those to pull this auger. And I gotta believe that my other harvester is probably full by now, so. Alright. So the our semi truck was so close to here that I've decided I'll just empty directly into the mill. Let's see. There we go. Tip that down a bit. Yep, she's full. Okay. Yeah, I think maybe we'll take the Challenger. Yeah, the 9RX. Thank you. Yeah, Jim, that's the only... I guess that's the only drawback. Well, not the only drawback, but a drawback of Courseplay for harvesting and plowing and stuff is that it does leave little bits behind. They're pretty insignificant, I think, so I don't worry about it too much. Yeah, Alex, I wanted to wait for more people to join before I show that off, but we'll get to it soon. And I have learned that truck also hooks up to a variety of different trailers in the game, so I can probably use that to move product around and stuff. And there's also a custom gooseneck trailer that goes with it. Yeah, Jim, I'll show you guys in a few minutes here. Okay, we're done there. Let's put that pipe back in. Yeah, so let's see, what do I have here? Yeah, we have the Challenger. It's less horsepower, but it is heavier. I think we'll bring the Challenger over here to take over for the Fendt. We'll see if that works any better. There she is. Yeah, this one's got a weight on front. Oh, okay. We can get more power on this one. Yeah, you're probably right. All right, let's we'll auto drive this over. Go to the green mill. See how our harvester is doing. Okay. Yep, not even breaking a sweat. Right, so we have this in lands mode. So what this does is it's going to work on the field in sections of 6 rows and then go to the next section. The nice thing about that is that except for the first pass down the new section, the pipe will be in the crop. But after that first pass, every pass up and down the field will have the pipe on the outside. So that way you don't get stuck with the harvester being full and the pipe on the crop side. There is a little bit of extra driving around, however, as you can see right now. But it works pretty well. All right, let's not watch too much. We'll get crazy with it. Okay, and it looks like the wheat field. Ah, okay, we still got that section on the backside, but the wheat field's almost done. All right, I'll take it from here, Mr. Challenger. I wish you could change to U.S. license plates on this map. It would give you a little more flexibility in your role play. The yellow and green is a nice combo. Okay. Hook that up. PTO, hydraulics, and we're ready for business. And hopefully this one won't slide around as much as the Fent was. We'll see what happens once it gets loaded up. But yeah, that's looking real good. And here, Jim, here's one thing you can do to get, if you don't like these leftover patches, you can just drive over them. They'll go away. We actually still have quite a lot of room to expand this field. If we decide to do some forestry. Cut some trees down. Right, we can cut down that little copse of trees. Make more furniture with it, and that'll give us lots of room to expand this field if we wanted to make it bigger. Now, I did some calculations, and I figured out that we need around 270,000 liters of sorghum to keep the bakery running all year long, non-stop. So that's why I haven't started the mill yet, just because I want to see how much crop we get off of this field, and so we can determine if the field is big enough to keep the bakery running full time. Yeah, Alex, I saw that new map came out. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm planning to. It's a pretty nice looking map, and it looks like it might have some big fields on it, which I like, as we've already discussed. Nice. Yeah, I'll probably like that one then. Although I gotta tell you, when I'm not playing on this map, I'm playing on my other No Man's Land map, where I have, where I'm playing in hard mode. So I think it's going to take a really good map to get me to spend less time on no man's land. But in any case, the wheat here is to feed the chickens. And it looks like I'll have more than enough. We need about, what was it, 42,000 liters? Oh, well, that's awkward. It just immediately unfolds the header into my trailer. Yeah, and I've got almost 42,000 liters just in this load, and I think I already emptied it once into the silo. So we should have more than enough grain for the chicks. And now we'll have to figure out a way to pick up all that straw. And to do that, we're going to need a loading wagon. And then we can store it right here in this silo. Or maybe we'll put another silo over by the cows rather than storing hay in this one. Okay. Yeah, I've got almost 90,000 liters of wheat, so that'll be more than enough. And we can even use then some of that wheat over in the grain mill, either to feed the I'm just going to leave this here for now. Either to feed the bakery or maybe we'll just make flour and sell flour for extra income. Alright. Looks like the Challenger might be in the way. I have too many vehicles. Oh, okay. It's doing that last little piece there. Right, so it's a little inefficient at the moment just because of all these little short rows here at the edges in the corners, but things will pick up here in a minute. Right, so the only things I have left to harvest now are sugar beets and corn. Oh, we're going to have some soybeans too. I forgot about that. Right, so I'll keep the case until after we get the soybeans harvested. And then I'll go and sell it, you know, so we have some cash. And then next season we'll buy another X9. We'll go empty this while it's maneuvering. Yeah, this one doesn't seem to want to go straight either. I think maybe at some point we'll upgrade to one of those bigger auger wagons that runs on tracks, because I think those can support their own weight without a lot of tongue weight. Although I could be wrong. Alright, let's see what we got in here so far. 145,000. Yeah, so I think we may hit what we need. Alright, so I'm going to move this a bit. There we go, to get that straightened out. Let me make sure I saved this course. I want to save this course. What field are we on? This is 27. 27 harvest case, okay. Yeah, I want to save this course because we're actually going to use the same course that we use for the harvester on the loading wagon to pick up the straw. by the way, this is one feature of the case harvester that I'm really going to miss, which is the integrated wheels and tow bar on the header. I think that is a really nice feature. Makes it a lot easier than using a separate header trailer. Okay. Yeah, so we'll save this for the soybeans on our first field. And then that'll be it for Mr. Case. Although it's definitely been a great piece of equipment. I think it's one of the most affordable of the large harvesters. So it's definitely been nice to have. But not quite as cool as that big JD that we got there. Alright, so we'll do a little repair, we'll wash it up, and then I'll just go park it over there next to the field that we're going to use it on. Keep the header. What would I do with the header? It's the header is not as big as the John Deere is. That's why I want to trade it in, because to use course play to run multiple vehicles, they need to be the same width. Yeah, this one's, I think this one's 40 feet, and the John Deere, maybe it's 45 feet, and the John Deere is 50 feet. So. All right. Barely fits through the gates. Yes, I'll just park this over here behind the sheep. We'll let the sheep admire it for a month or two while we wait for the soybeans. Oh, it's 5 feet difference. Okay. Yeah, it's not a big difference. Alright, guys, so let me show you a couple cool things I added to the farm. Number one, we got a nice sign out front. I learned how to put my logo onto mods. So, yeah, so I went a little crazy. So I like this really nice sign, and then we've got like a dirt road. So we'll have to work on the landscaping some more. But I got that sign. It even lights up at night. It's pretty slick. And then down here, I got myself a new pickup truck. This is an F450 dually, also with my logo on it. Like I said, adjustable trailer hitch. The hitch moves up and down. I got work lights on the back. Got a fifth wheel hitch or gooseneck hitch up here, and a fuel tank that we can use to fuel our vehicles in the field. Now watch this. Is that slick or what? This is a nice truck. This truck is from Northwest Mods and Edit. Northwest Mods and Edits, excuse me. They have a Facebook group. It's, yeah, got some work lights on the back, like I said. It's a private Facebook group, but you know, you don't have to know anybody. I just asked to join, and within a few hours they let me in. So you can get the mod there, and then I just added my logo to it. So and then there is also the same group put out a gooseneck trailer. Let me show you that. I haven't bought it yet, but this works very well with the truck. And this is also highly customizable. You can put a fluid tank on it for sprayer support, water. You know, you can add toolboxes to it, steps on the side, racks. You can do different things with the ramp, as well as remove it entirely. You can put a deck up there if you want, so, and then lots of different colors and stuff. Yeah, so yeah, so I'll be getting that trailer at some point. Not just yet. Okay, I bet the John Deere is getting full. Although probably not as full as we might think, since the tank is a lot bigger now. Yeah, if I knew anything about actually making the mods in the first place, that would be pretty cool, but I'm just taking other people's mods and goofing around with them. And you know, I won't be able to share obviously the versions with my logo on them, since they're not really my mods. I wouldn't want to distribute those or anything, but it is pretty easy to do. I found a YouTube video on how to add a logo to a truck, and what I learned from that I just applied to those two things. Actually, I don't know if it makes any difference in the game, but we probably want to keep the heap of grain centered over the axles as much as we can. Let the axles do the work. Wow. I've never had a harvester that can hold that much grain. That's impressive. Alright, let's get out of the way. Yeah, I don't think we'll have any trouble getting, well, I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of deceptive, you know, you go around the field 2 or 3 times and you see how much you have, and then the rest of the field doesn't hold as much as you think. Going around the field a few times is an awful lot of the total area of the field, you know. Okay, so I think we can send the Fendt home. So I'll do that, and then we'll start to take a look at what else we need to get accomplished in the month of August. All right, so if we take a look at the main fields, let's turn the grass on. Okay. So we have corn here, sugar beets there, and soybeans. So let's check our calendar. Looks like those are all going to be October crops. Corn October, soybeans October, sugar beets October. Okay, so October is going to be another busy month, it looks like. I think I've had enough of that music already. Oh, yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, we can do the corn in September. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, because we're going to harvest that when it's still green. Oh, and actually, I learned that... Wow, that was a close call. I learned that between growth stages 4 and 6 on the corn, you get the same amount of chaff. So actually, we can start working on that field now. Where am I going? I'm looking for my my forage harvester. Yeah, so we can start doing the corn now, I guess, since we're not doing anything else except waiting for the sorghum harvest. Yeah, see, that's what I mean by too many vehicles. All right, so yeah, so here it's going to start on the next section. So like I said, just like this first row through the next section is where you just want to make sure it doesn't fill up, because then it'll be in the middle of all the crop. I mean, it'll still do that thing where it cuts over into the next lane so that you have some clearance to get up next to it, but besides this one, the rest of the time the pipe will be on the outside, which makes it easy to unload it whenever you want. Wish we could get the windshield wipers going. Okay, let's check our production chains and our animals here as well. We've got some milk. Sheep are okay on food. Oh. Chickens are out of food. Okay, so let's feed the chickens before we do anything else. And then we'll work on the corn. Now that we have some wheat, that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just load up about 18,000 or so. I wish that pipe stuck out a little bit farther than it does. Oh, can you get run over? Well, I mean, I know you can't get killed. I don't know what would happen if you got run over. Probably nothing much. Oh, you know what? I'm an idiot. I have to use the other trailer for this. This trailer's... Whoopsie. This trailer's too big to fit in the chicken area. Okay, we'll park you right there. Let's get into T6. T7, rather. We upgraded the T6, now it's a T7. Our T6 grew up into a young man. Get this filled up. Oh, okay. And this only holds slightly more than what we need to fill both of them. Where's our tip side? Back. Let's use the grain door. Out of the way, you. Alright. Oh, I know what else we have to do. We have to pick up the straw. Alright, so I'm not going to be in a big hurry to do the corn because we can do it tomorrow as well. Oh, hey Jim. Okay. Well, glad you could stop by. Enjoy the rest of your night. Got a shed on the server now? I'm going to have to go check that out later. I haven't been on since, I think, the day before yesterday. But it was shaping up pretty good last I looked at it. Oh, nice. Tell Wee Willie I said hi. And where the heck is he? Why isn't he here? Okay, so there's a little bit left in there. I'll just cover it up. And the chickens will be good for a few more months. And we'll come back here. And I'll just leave it right there for now. Okay. Yeah, that takes a lot of concentration. Uh-oh, we're almost full. Oh, he is full now. That did take a long time, though. That was pretty nice. And now I'm not even going to be able to empty it completely. I think I should have gotten the bigger auger wagon. I should have gotten the Elmer. Because then we would be able to say Elmer all the time. Which is kind of fun. Yeah, see, this one kind of... This one gets a little light in the front as well. Yeah, I think we definitely need like a much larger tractor to pull these big auger wagons. Even though I didn't get a really big one. That is super cool. I wonder how heavy this would be in real life. I know when we had the weight limit turned on, it was... I forget what the weight limit was on this. Somewhere around 30 tons, I think. Alright, so this will get us close to 200,000 liters. And like I said before, the silo here in the grain mill can hold over 1 million liters. So, like you can see here, we're not even close to filling this thing up. Oh, did you see that? I didn't notice that. That is cool. There's a little indicator on the side that tells you how full you are, I guess. Or maybe it's how much is going through the pipe. I don't know. That is really slick, though. I never noticed that. Let's see. Get the cruise control set. Let's see if we can watch that as it fills up. Get a little closer. Yeah, that's neat. That's really cool. Lots of cool details. Okay. The straw. Okay, so we're going to have to rent... We're going to have to lease a loading wagon. There we go. Forage wagons. What's the biggest one we got? That is a modded one. All right, that holds 50 cubic meters. 56. That's 50. 49 and a half. These are awfully expensive. And then those are little ones. So somewhere around the 50 cubic meter class. Yeah, those are all going to be over 100 grand. Okay. What's good about this modded one? This has a silage additives tank. Which I don't believe works on straw. And then we have the Crone. This holds a bit more, but it's also a lot more expensive, so... And that one's a little bit smaller. Yeah, so I think we'll go for the modded Stroutman. Hey, Lanesta, how are you? And we can lease it for $6,600. Okay. I might have to borrow some money to keep things going. I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. Okay, you go to the shop. And we'll see you when you get back. Oh, hey Lanesta, check out my truck. We might actually use it today too. I have a sign on the farm too. Let me show you that. Ta-da! Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I was very proud of it. Well, I didn't do anything that special, but I've been looking forward to the stream so I could show those things to you guys. All right. We still got a pretty decent amount of field left here. Although I think we probably got the better part of it done already. Looks like there's an indicator on the other side too. That is really slick. I'm kind of wondering whether the cost of leasing this wagon is more than what it would cost me just to buy all the straw. I think it's going to be close. But even if it breaks even, at least we're being self-sufficient, which is kind of the goal, at least for me. Yeah. So now that I got that fancy sign on the farm, we're going to have to fix up the place a little bit, make it look a little more presentable. I think I'm going to use gravel for my main paving material around the farm rather than the asphalt. I like the way the gravel looks, and I love the way it sounds when it's crunching under the tires. So that'll be one of the first things we do. Yikes. Careful. Yeah, and then, you know, some of the buildings have concrete pads underneath, and I think those will look fine just going right up to gravel. Okay, so what I want to do here is I'm going to go into course play, and I'm going to load the harvester's course, which was this one. Okay, and then as you can see, that ought to take us directly over all the straw. Since the straw gets left directly behind where the harvester was. I'm sure we'll leave a few bits behind, especially on going around the curves and stuff, but that's okay. Oh, this is going to fill up fast. Look at that. Yeah, this is going to give us a lot of straw. Let's see what options we have Hey, Lord Zods. We are doing very well. Thanks for coming by the stream. I want to see what kind of silos we can use for the straw. It looks like the only silo that's dedicated to straw is this hayloft, which, you know, I don't want to use that. It's not quite as modern looking as I would like. Okay, let's look at the production, because we had we're using one of these for the hay, right? This one. I don't recall what the capacity is on that. It would be cool if we could have a similar building to that one for the straw. Yep, and we're about full. So it looks like Courseplay considers it full when you're at 95%. I guess that's probably just so that you don't overshoot it. So I think I'll just take this first load over to the cow barn. And we'll just dump straw in there until it doesn't want any more. And then we'll have to figure out a nice way to store it. I suppose in the short term we can just put it in our main silo there. Until we think of a more elegant solution. But like I said, it would be nice to have a silo over here where the chaff and the hay is to store all the hay. So maybe I'll just do another silo like I've got at in the main farm, you know. And let's see if this wants to hold on to the whole thing. No, it does not. Okay, so this doesn't have a whole lot of capacity. Oh, I hope not. I might have run over Turbo. He's the farm dog that seems to like running in front of vehicles. The good thing is that as far as the game is concerned, you can't hurt anybody or any animals. So, yeah. Turbo, he always gets out of the way at the very last second, so we don't have to worry about him. He just likes scaring us. Yeah, see, this thing drifts all over the place. Yikes. This wagon's just too heavy. Okay, another full load. Yep, I think we are going to reach our goal here. For non-stop production at the bakery. Let me just check that number again. What did I come up with? 268,000 liters is what we need. To run the bakery 24/7, 365. Yeah, so I think we'll probably make it. My screen's really flickering a lot on me tonight. Let's hide that. That's a little bright. And then we'll go back and work on our straw situation. Okay. Yeah, so we need a good silo to store the straw. No, selling points aren't going to help us. Is there a straw shed? Nope. Okay. So which is the one that we have at the main farm? I think it's this one. Yeah, this is one we have in the main farm. What if we did something like this? That holds 250,000. That also holds the liquids, I think. Yeah. That's a little excessive. I don't really see a great option over here, guys. And I don't think any of Stevie's... I don't think any of these can be used just to store straw. No. Okay. Well, I think in that case we'll just store it in the main silo. And hopefully it doesn't fill up on us. Because we're going to have an awful lot of straw. Does anybody know how much cows eat in this game? Like per month or per year? Because if we knew that, then we could calculate how much TMR we need to make every year, and then I could figure out how much straw we need every year. And then whatever excess we have, we can just sell it. Because what's the capacity of this silo? I don't remember. This is the Schwitty modding. 1 million. Okay. It holds 1 million, and I think that's 1 million. I don't remember if that's 1 million total or if that's 1 million for each thing in it. I think it might be 1 million of each item, which is an awful lot. But I could see us easily ending up with, you know, enough straw to... Cause, I mean, we haven't even gotten one time around the field, and I've already got... I've already filled this thing up once. So we probably have like 1 million liters of straw in this field, no joke. Okay, so I'll just start this at the last waypoint, so it'll pick up where it left off over there. And we'll come back later. Yeah, we're going to have a ridiculous amount of straw. Let's empty out our harvester again. Hey, Jim's back. Okay, so it's 1 million total. Okay. Maybe I'll, well, let me empty this. Can I get you before you start running down there? You son of a gun. Alright, I'll have to follow him. Let me Google it real quick. FS22 cows food per year. Looking for something recent. All right, so here's November, end of November 22, or 2021. So that's shortly after the game came out. All right, somebody's saying 14.5 liters per hour. Or 500 liters per hour for a full barn. And I think we have a full barn now. 80 cows. I guess we can test it. I think that's the right thing to do. Yeah, see, the straw wagon is full already. Yeah. So 80 cows times 14.5. It's about 120. That's about 110, 120 liters per hour. And he said 500 liters per hour. So, all right. Yeah, so I think we'll test it. So what we can do is we'll check at noon, we'll check how much TMR we have, and then we'll check it again at 1, and we'll see how much they've consumed. I might as well empty this out now since I'm here. My dog's just joined us. I have an interesting story about my dogs. I don't know if... I know there's a few dog lovers here, so I'll go ahead and indulge myself and tell the story. So, as you guys know, I have Cooper, who's a little terrier that we got from a rescue about 5 or 6 years ago, and then about 2.5 years ago we got a second dog from a breeder, and she's a standard poodle, which is, you know, a large dog. Not huge, but she's about 40 pounds. And the breeder recommended a certain food for her, which was a Eukanuba, what is it? Eukanuba Premium Performance, you know, 30% fat, 20% protein, whatever. Like, it's a pretty high quality food. And we've been feeding that to her since she was a puppy. And because of the high protein content in it, you can, it's like a full life cycle food. So you can feed them to puppies. Puppies need a lot more calories than adults do, and more protein so they can grow. But as long as you keep them active, you can continue giving them that same food when they're adults too. So anyway, so I switched both my dogs over to that at the same time because I didn't want to have to deal with two separate foods, and I knew that Cooper was going to eat whatever food he wanted to, no matter which bowl I says is his. So they've both been happily living on that stuff for a couple years. Yeah, the Eukanuba's not cheap. I think, you know, for the big 50-pound bag, I think it's $80, more or less. Yeah, so it's a little expensive, but it's good quality food, and the dogs have been happy with it. Well, anyway, about a year ago, maybe a little bit less, you know, and I think because of the COVID thing and, you know, supply chain problems, all the Eukanuba in the stores just ran out. You couldn't get it anywhere. So we switched over to a Purina Pro plan, which was similar in content, and they were eating that as well. Although they were kind of picky about it. Like, we would notice bits of kibble scattered all around the floor, which they never did before. You know, which means that they were taking bits out, and there were some bits they liked and some bits they didn't like. And then just the other day, I was, you know, I was playing with Susie, the poodle, you know, and feeling her ribs, and I noticed that I could feel her ribs like a lot more than I like to be able to feel the ribs a bit so they don't get fat, but she was losing some weight. So so we said, well, let's check and see if we can get this Eukanuba again. So we went out, and fortunately we were able to get some. You know, it seems like it's starting to get back in stock again. So after so we had a full bag, but we had just bought a full bag of the Purina stuff, so we were going to just use that up first. But anyway, so the other day, or what was that? Actually, it was just yesterday, I noticed that that Susie felt a little thin, and so I said, okay, well, tomorrow I'm just gonna give him some of the Eukanuba and just see what happens. So this morning, I gave him both a bowl of the Eukanuba food, and I put it down, and she ate the entire bowl of food just in one sitting. And she never does that. You know, we usually leave the food out for her all the time, and she just eats it throughout the day. So I don't know what it was, what about the Pro Plan that they didn't like very much, but I was really happy that we decided to try to give him this food again, because it seems like that's what the problem was. So yeah, so I feel really happy about that. I was happy to see her eat, and so like I said, she emptied the whole bowl, and then later in the day I put out even some more, you know, more than she would usually eat, and she went through most of that too. So she's clearly not been eating the other stuff because she doesn't like it very much. Yeah, like you said, Jim, I mean, the Pro Plan is not bad. Purina is pretty good food. At least from what I researched about it. Most people have good things to say about it. you know, and Purina does a lot of research and stuff, you know, more so than some of the other dog food companies. So I tend to trust that brand. But it just didn't seem to do it for my dogs. And when we ran out of Eukanuba and started them on that stuff, they didn't have any, at least from what I could tell, they didn't have any digestive issues. You know, they weren't making messes or anything, but who knows? Maybe there's something in there they're allergic to or something. I don't know. So, thanks for listening to my dog story. Wow, we're almost done with this field. Oh, really, Jim? Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. You tend to think of them as all kind of pretty much the same thing. You know, maybe different flavors of the same stuff, but it seems like there really is a difference between these different types of food, and just got to find the one your dog likes. Oh, nice. I bet he was a big dog too. Oh, jeez. 80 pounds. I've never had a dog that big. I don't think my wife will let me get one. That dog will weigh almost as much as she does. I want to get another poodle, actually, from the same breeder, because she's a great dog. Oh, wow. Yeah, 15 years. That's a good run. Especially for a big dog. You know, big dogs don't often live as long. I was reading about Great Danes, and I was surprised that the life expectancy of a Great Dane is only like 7 or 8 years or something like that. Okay, full again. We've got about, this is what, the fourth wagon full. Oh, okay, yeah. So I want to do some calculations on the cows. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to speed up time so that we can get to 12 o'clock. Or we'll get to 11:59, and then we'll see what's in there. And then we'll check it again at, well, I guess it doesn't matter what time we check it at, as long as we do it after an hour. And then we'll see how much our dogs consume. Our dogs. We'll see how much our cows consume in 1 hour. So I got my dry erase board here to take notes. Yeah, so we've got 80. I mean, these are all 8 different ages. So I don't know if they all eat the same. I mean, I know ideally in real life, I know the adult. Yeah, let's get one more load of straw, and then we'll, I'm just going to sell the rest, I think. What was I going to say? Yeah, I think, obviously, adult cows, I think, would normally, well, I don't know. I think milking cows probably consume more than juvenile cows, and maybe not as much as baby cows. But that's just a guess on my part. I really don't know very much about cows. Yeah, so let's... Oh, you know what? I need to get over to the cow barn. Here, let's do this, because I need to see how much TMR we have in there. Okay. Food. All right, so let's advance time quickly to about noon. A lot of things in this game update once an hour, so I'm guessing that... Okay. So it's 12 o'clock. We have 55534 liters of food. 55534. Okay. And now we'll go to 1 o'clock. And we'll see how much we have after that. Oh, I didn't see the bot. Come on. 1 o'clock. Okay. And now it's 1 o'clock, and we have 54712. All right, so that's 2, 15, that's 8. All right, so they consumed 822 liters in 1 hour. $822 times 24 is just shy of 20,000 a day, or a month in this case, times 12. So 236,000 and change. So we'll just round it up. We'll say 237,000 TMR per year. That's how much they need. And now we have to figure out what is the proportion of these different elements in the TMR. That's the next thing I'm going to have to Google. Okay, it looks like we're done with the sorghum. I think we got a lot of sorghums. So we'll see what our final total is, and if we're over that 268K or whatever we needed to run the bakery all year, then we'll know that our field is large enough to keep it running every year. If we're short, then we'll have to expand the field a bit more. Or use some wheat from the other field, etc., you know. But the goal is to run that bakery nonstop all year long. If we do that, that'll give us, if we don't just wait around for best prices, it'll give us around $1 million a year in revenue from bread and cake. And by the way, you can make bread and cake at the same time. And that's what my calculation is based on. All right, 281. All right, so we are in good shape. Let's activate sorghum flour. Go, baby. And then we'll turn on the bakery. Activate bread. Go, baby. Okay. Now, we can start getting all these vehicles back home. And actually, I was thinking about maybe, well, we won't do it now, but maybe in the future, I was thinking maybe we'll put a vehicle shed out here by the mills where we can keep some of this equipment there, since it is a rather large operation we have there. Might be worth just having some dedicated equipment for that. Okay, so now I need to Google FS22 TMR ratio, so we can figure out of that 237,000 liters of TMR how much straw I need. I think the hay and the silage, I'm probably going to have more than enough. No, we're going to keep the case until the soybeans are done. 30% straw? Okay. Is that the maximum? Because I think, well, at least in previous versions of the game, you could make it with no straw if you wanted to, but since straw is cheap, that's the max. Okay. Yeah, so I think we want to use maximum straw, right? Since straw is cheap and it's good filler. I mean, the straw is essentially free. This guy is a little bit hard to back up. It's not the trailer, it's the Challenger that's hard to back up just because the steering is so sensitive. It's hard to make small adjustments. Oh. Okay. I wonder, that's if you mix it yourself in a wagon, right? I wonder if the cow shed is any different. Like in other words, I wonder if the cow shed maybe works on a fixed ratio. Because it does seem to want more silage than hay and straw. So I guess ideally you would do, I guess the most economical version if you're mixing it yourself would be 30% straw, 20% silage, and 50% hay, right? So you're just using the most you can of the expensive stuff, or the inexpensive stuff, and the least amount of silage that you can get away with. But I'm not sure that, I don't think you have an option. Okay. Could I bother you to Google the large cow shed and see if it says anything about the ratio on that one? So I think that's probably a fixed ratio. Okay. Yep. Good idea, Alex. Let's open these doors. The whole shed's empty. That doesn't happen a lot. Alright, so once we get all this stuff put away, we'll be able to start working on the corn. Start making some silage. Okay, put this away. Oh, Actually, yeah, let me just put it away. We'll do maintenance another time. Okay. I'm just not looking forward to taking all this straw down to the shop 100 times. You know, I'll just do it until we get our lease cost paid for, and then the rest of the straw we'll just work back into the field. All right, so I think it was going to cost us about $6 or $7 grand. Yeah, I do want to upgrade that repair shop for sure. Something a little more modern. In fact, I've been debating a little bit, and maybe you guys can tell me what you think. Hey, Wee Willie. What I've been thinking is, you know, one of the things. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and clear that course. We'll do this manually. One of the things we could do is, you know, keep removing trees and expanding our current setup here. But then the other option would be for us to pick out a new plot of land and just build up a new farm from scratch. You know, I mean, we can leave the animals in the greenhouses and stuff here, and maybe a shed to store some of the equipment, but I was thinking of maybe just rebuilding a farm on a fresh piece of ground. I don't know if that would be any easier than it would be to just keep upgrading this one. Or the other thing, maybe what would be better would be to take our first field where we have the soybeans now, and maybe we can just expand into that area as well. I guess I'm not the only bad driver, huh? Yep, I do need a 9RX. That'll be on the upgrade list. I do want to start making some money first, though. So far, I've been really good about spending the bank's money. It would be nice if I got some of my own. Oh, you like the case stuff, Wee Willie? I do too. Yeah, I do like a red tractor. Yeah, I mean, as long as we can keep making the interest payments, I guess it doesn't matter too much, does it? Okay, let's see what they're paying for straw down at the shop. $100 per 1,000. All right, so this load will get us $5,000. 5,000? Yeah, 5,000. Okay. I'm not sure exactly which point it gets sold at. Actually, I don't need to do auto drive. I can drive it myself. There's not much else going on at the moment. All right, so we'll sell the straw, and then we'll see what's going on. That's a good question, Jim. I'm not... Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was prorated or not throughout the day. But look, the interest is point... It's 0.3% per month. .3% per month. So whatever you're investing, if you can make 0.3% per month off of it or more, then you're doing fine. That's why the windmills are so great, because the windmills make you like 6 or 7% per month on average. And it costs you 0.3% to borrow the money to put them in. So you borrow as much money as you can, you buy all the windmills you possibly can with the money, and you don't have to worry about money again for the rest of the game. If you're broke, you just wait for the next month. It's not very interesting to play that way, though. Okay, yeah, so we got 5,000 bucks from that, about what I expected. So we'll fill it up one more time, and then we'll take it back, sell the straw, and then we'll return the wagon, and we'll break even. We'll break even on the lease, and we'll have a silo full of straw. So win-win, but I don't think it's really worth the time to clear that whole field just for 5,000 each load. You know, it would get us, I don't know, it would get us maybe 50 to 100,000 total, but it'll take a long time and a lot of wear and tear on my old Fent. Let's go over this way. One of these days I want to pave this road that you can kind of see under the grass. Oh, you know what? Maybe there's not all that much straw left on the field, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, it's almost clear now that I look at it again, so... Maybe we will get almost all of it off the field. All right, and then we have to remember that we need to plant some grain again before the season is over. Yeah, the cowshed is full, but the cowshed only holds about 30,000 liters. It doesn't really hold all that much. So that's full, and then I have another 200 and some thousand liters in the silo. So I'm pretty sure we'll have enough to last us a whole year. But we'll try to verify that here shortly. We'll check how much of all those ingredients we have available. And then we'll run forward an hour and see how much straw, hay, and silage get consumed. And then we should be able to pin down exactly how much we need per year so that we don't have to guess. Whoopsie daisy. That was kind of sloppy. Still is kind of sloppy. There we go. Alright, well, I'm done with you. I've never driven a tractor. I would love to. And speaking of tractor brands, you know, in the last stream we were talking about, you know, in the future, for future streams or future series or whatever, that we would do, you know, we would try to stick with one brand for all the equipment, at least as much as possible. So I've been kind of mulling it over and seeing what options would be. And I think you kind of have to start with the harvesters because if you can't get a harvester for the brand you're thinking of, you're in trouble. But we do have Case, we have John Deere, there's a Massey, there's a Fendt. I'm talking the big harvesters. There's a Kloss. I don't think there's a really large Deutz-Fahr harvester available. There might be a mod. But I know like John Deere, Case, Massey, and Kloss would probably all be good candidates to do a, you know, a one brand series or close to one brand series. And John Deere and Case would probably be the easiest since they make lots of different kinds of equipment. Yep, Alex, we'll do a John Deere farm first, I promise. Actually, this one might eventually turn into a John Deere farm. Holy cow. That must have been a fun job at that age. Alright, so let's return this. Nope. Okay, thank you very much. Might as well do some maintenance on the Fendt while we're here. Okay, so that paid our leasing costs at least and gave us a bunch of straw. So let's get this back to the farm. And that way, those of you who have just joined can see our sign if you haven't seen it yet. And then we'll start working on that field of corn, start making some chaff. After we check our cow food. Oh, that sounds cool, Alex. This is a Canadian farm. I'm not Canadian, but... Alright, guys. Check out my new sign out in front of Twoplex Farms, if you haven't seen it yet. It lights up at night. Hey, how are you? Japanese's dad. Welcome. Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll show you guys the truck here in a second too. Hang on. Alright, so what do we have in here? We've got... Oh, we don't have any silage, so it's not going to make more food. We're going to have to feed it some silage. Oh, okay. You're Ivan/Marvin. Alright. Well, glad you could make it. Yeah, so that sign is something that I'm proud of. I downloaded the sign mod from somewhere on the interwebs, and then I put my logo on it. And I'll show it to you guys at night. It lights up. It looks pretty cool. And check this out, boys. My brand spanking new F450 with a tank of diesel in the back for the tractors. Gooseneck hitch. Yeah, baby. Watch when I start it up. Yes, I know what Ford stands for. Fix or repair daily. I know. That's a sweet truck, though. Seriously, guys, if anybody's interested in that truck, I got it from Northwest Mods and Edits. Just do a search for their Facebook group. You have to join the Facebook group to get the download link. That's why I won't be able to provide it for you myself. They also have a super cool gooseneck trailer that goes with it that I am also going to purchase at some point. That one you can put water tanks on it. You can put like liquid fertilizer, herbicide tanks on it. Or you can use it to move vehicles around. So I'm planning to get that as well. Use it with that truck. Oh, and the other nice thing about that truck is that unlike the trucks that come in the game, the rear trailer hitch will work with, it'll work with like the auto load trailer that I use for the eggs and stuff like that. So, yeah, an RV would be cool, huh? Okie doke. Oh, okay. Yeah, back to the cows. Oh, I need silage. That's what I was gonna do. All right. Yeah, let's load some silage over there. I'm gonna have to buy it, just so that we have the ability to make food. And I want to see what the ratio is between silage, hay, and straw, so that we can estimate what our yearly consumption is going to be. Now, there is something that gives us a clue, because we know that the silo holds 30,000 liters of hay, 30,000 liters of straw, and 60,000 liters of silage. So my guess is that it's going to be a 2:1 ratio. Watch out, Turbo. He's messing with us. He's trying to pull an insurance scam. I should have never gotten him that pet insurance. Okay, so let's see what we have stored here. All right. Oh. Okay, I was wrong. It's all right. So it has currently 19,409 hay. We have 52,000 silage, and we have 49,000 straw. So I was wrong about the capacity. No tailor shop yet. It's 2:1. Okay. Yeah. And we'll confirm that, Willie. We weren't sure because we know, like in the mixing wagon, you can vary the ratio somewhat. This doesn't show. Why am I not making bread yet? I guess it didn't distribute any flour yet. Okay. Yeah, so the animal dialogue doesn't show how much of that stuff we have loaded. Into the barn. I guess we can only see it there. I don't know if there's... I don't think there's like a production window or anything. No. That's for milk. Okay. Okay, yeah, it doesn't show the max. Alright, but, well, we know the max is 49,000 for the straw because we dumped in there until it said it wouldn't take any more. So, yeah. So it looks like it's a 2:1, but let's see. So we're going to advance time to 1400, and then we'll check the numbers again and see what gets deducted. Okay. So now we're at 18,847 on the hay. We're at 51,438 on the silage. And we're at 48,693 on the straw. Okay, so straw consumed was 307. Silage consumed was 562. Right? Yeah, 562. And hay consumed, I didn't start out with a nice round number, so I'm going to need my calculator for that one. So hay, we went from 19,409 to 18847. Hay was 562. Ah, interesting. So it's using hay and silage in equal amounts. And 562 divided by 307 is 1.83. It's not even a nice even ratio, is it? Whoops. Hang on. Bear with me 1 second. There we go. Let me do this again. So 307 divided by 562 is 0.5. So it's like 1 to 1 to 0.54. Weird. So it's more like a 2 to 2 to 1 ratio in rough numbers. Hay, silage, straw. You know what? I should have checked how much food there was before and after. Well, that wouldn't tell me how much food got produced. It would only tell me how much food got consumed. So maybe my food consumption numbers are not right. Because it's producing food. Well, it should be, because I didn't have any silage the last time I checked it. Right? Which means it couldn't make any more food, so... yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to do some... I'll do some more research. Or at least a more controlled experiment. That would be great. Thank you. Yeah, I was hoping to find something on the web where somebody had done all the work already. God. This screen flashing thing is really driving me nuts. I still haven't found a solution. I have noticed that it does it a lot less often when I'm not streaming, so I think it has something to do with the load that is getting applied to my system, to the GPU. But I did a stress test on my GPU a week or so ago, and I ran the stress test for about 10 minutes, and my screen never flickered even one time. So... who knows? Yeah, you can, if I give you permission. I don't know if Lanesta's still here. If anybody remembers how to do that. I think it's... is it allow? No. I can never remember the commands for the chat. Yeah, can you put it in the Discord? Are you on the Discord? Yeah, you're in the Discord, right? Yeah, just like put it in the farming simulator section of the Discord channel. That would be awesome. Thank you very much for that. Okay. So I haven't figured out how to automate the harvester and the collector. So I'm going to automate the harvester, and then I'm going to have to drive the trailer next to it. I know there's a way to do it with auto drive, but I don't know how. I'm working on it. Okay, so we'll do smooth corners. We'll do 2 headlands. I think I want to do lands on this one too. Let's see what kind of course that gives us. That's kind of ugly. What is racetrack? Ah, okay. Racetrack is how I kind of do it myself sometimes when I'm driving manually. It just shifts over, like it skips a fixed amount of rows, it looks like each time. Spiral. All right, we'll just do up and down, I think. Okay, and then we'll say start job. And it says it's blocked by an object. Huh. I'm not sure what object it felt that it was being blocked by. Anyway, I'll bring this over here so we can get started the first few feet at least. Nope. And let's get ready to make ridiculous amounts of chaff. Okay, start at the first waypoint. Go. Alright, now it's going to pause there until I get myself in range. And then we're off to the races. And look how fast this trailer is filling up. Right, we're going to have a lot of silage. Yeah, it is really cool. It just cuts it, sucks it in, and turns it into dust. Right, so it works pretty well with course play. It just goes along the course, and then once I get full, or if I get out of range, it'll just stop and wait for me to come back. And then it'll keep going. Okay, now it's going to get a little tricky up here. I think I'll have to drive behind it. Hopefully it can still reach. Yep. How cool is this? Yeah, and it goes at 15 kph, so you can set your cruise control on it as well. Okay, and we're full. I need to get the Prinith silage pusher. Okay, maybe I will. Is it really expensive? Because I don't buy anything unless it's really expensive. If I can't afford it and have to increase my loan, then I'll definitely get one. See, now what would be cool is if, once I figure out how to automate this with auto drive and or course play, I'll get 2 vehicles pulling trailers, and that way when one peels off to empty, the other one comes in. 175K, perfect. Perfect. Alright, so I think I'll go to the far one. Oh, geez. How do I want to unload this? I guess I ought to just try to do it as evenly as possible, right? So here's what I'll do. I'm going to decrease my cruise control to 3 kph. Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll look at it. Hang on. I'll go through here at 3 kph, and hopefully that'll be slow enough. In fact, it might be too slow. Ideally, I want to get this to go from front to back. Right, yeah, so definitely faster than 3. We'll try 6 next time. Oh, it unloads faster? Ah, okay. Alright, so where was that? Vehicles, miscellaneous. This thing is badass. Oh my god. And I bet it has all sorts of weird controls too. That is pretty awesome though. A 3-seater, perfect. So you can have 2 people telling you how you're doing it wrong all the time. Whoops. Okay, so I'll try it. We'll try 7 kph on the next load. In fact, once I get a few loads in there, I think maybe I'll set up an auto drive course with another vehicle just to start compacting. Well, no, because then that'll be tough, because then we'll have to get it out of the way when we go to unload more. Freaking Sasquatch, how are you? Okay, set it back to 15. Pull up alongside. And let's continue the destruction. Actually, I'm going to have to pull in behind it, since we have some trees coming up here on this side, so I'll just pull up behind. Oh, it's not 15 kph. I thought it was. Why is it going so slow? I wonder if it slows down based on how much yield we have there. Or maybe it's only 10, like a regular harvester. I thought it went faster than that. No, I haven't. Well, I did mess around with grapes on a test map, but I haven't really put any serious effort into it. No, not yet. That's strange. I thought 15 kph was the speed of this thing. I guess I was mistaken. Let's try 10. It was going 15 kph before. Yeah, I'm falling behind with 10. A little bit. I need to get rid of these bushes by the edge of the field. Those are rather annoying. Yikes. Oh yeah, that getting this thing for sale was about as lucky as you can get. Especially since it was right around the time we were saying how we needed to start making some silage with corn. It plows snow too. Yeah, I bet it does. Excuse me, you're spraying everywhere. Oh, if you can get, yeah, I guess if you can get the big sprayer high enough. I know the heights are adjustable on those. Okay, so we're going to try 7 kph on this pass. And we'll do this one over to the side. Let's see if we get a nice even distribution this time. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, 7's good. Maybe even 8. I think 8's going to be the magic number. Yeah, or 10. We'll try 10. Ah. See, I keep wanting to put it in cruise control to drive back, and then I realize that it's slow. Well, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Whoa. This looks like a good place to have a nice big field, doesn't it? I wish the vehicle volume was a little bit louder when you're far away like this. Or when you're zoomed out, I should say. I don't know if there's a control for that. When you're up close, I think it's plenty loud enough. But I don't like it to fade out quite so much when we zoom out. Okay, so let's see. 12 kph. How we doing? That looks about right. Okay. Yeah, and even 12 is even a little bit faster than the harvester. Let's bring it down to 11. And there's an option on this harvester too to get a longer pipe on it. May change that at some point. All right, yeah, 11 looks like the right speed. All right, thanks, Wee Willie. Glad you could make it. Catch you next time. I do like the fact that that pipe is is so accurate, so you don't have to worry about being in exactly the right spot, you know, like you do with a grain harvester, combine harvester. All right, so we're gonna try 10 kph this time and see how that does. You mean the small electric tractor? So, you know, I've already got 150,000 liters of silage coming up. I don't know how much this bunker can hold, but I think we're probably going to have a lot of silage that could be sold if we so desire. Okay, so now this time I'm going to try to keep it on the right side. Alright, we're 8% full. Oh, please don't get stuck. I'm just getting started, man. Alright, let's try this again. Not quite so far right this time. Come on. Oh, cripes. Am I going to have to use my super strength already? Yep, that is jammed in there pretty good. Alright, tell you what, let's go down the center. Maybe we just go down the center every time and hopefully it'll level itself out as we go. Okay, 10 is a wee bit too fast. Yeah, so we'll stick with 8, I think. I can get the new pusher mod to put on the front. Oh, I'm sure I don't have it. Is there a silage pusher that I can put on the front of my tractor? Okay. But isn't that just going to create a huge mound of it in front of me? Or does it actually level it out as I drive through it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't really get any cooler than that printf. I can't say I'm really keen on buying another vehicle, since it already takes me about 3 minutes to tab through all the ones I have now. Okay, now it should start going in rows. I don't remember where it wants to start from. Down on that end, it looks like. Okay, alright, we'll buy one. Twist my arm. Jeez. Excuse me. I guess it wants to start on the other end of the field. Alright, I'll just follow you. See, this is where a follow me mod would be really nice to have too, because then you could just set it to follow this thing. You know, follow behind it like 2 meters and it'd be perfect. Ah, okay. I see. We're not going strictly north or south here. I gotcha. Looks like this field could be expanded quite a bit if I buy these plots of land to the north of us. Alright, yeah, so we're going to have to deal with a little bit of goofy driving here while it gets this corner sorted out. I think you can, in the settings, tell CoursePlay to use, you know, the cardinal directions, or the ordinal directions, whichever ones they are, you know, north, south, east, west, or to follow the terrain angle. But I have that disabled just because my fields are somewhat irregularly shaped. Alright, I think you can reach me. Oh, I gotta get back more. There we go. Whoa. Watch where you're spraying that stuff. You're getting somebody's eye. I don't want to get chaff in my eye. 890? Jiminy Christmas. All right, so let's say I were to buy that silage pusher. What would be the best way for me to use that? Like, should I be taking a break here and doing it in between loads? Or do I just set it up like on auto drive to go back and forth in the silo while I'm out here? Any thoughts on that matter? Auto drive. Okay. All right, Alex. Well, hey, if I get to the point where if I become bankrupt in this playthrough, you're gonna have to bail me out, okay? And there's no contracts, So if I go bankrupt, I'm going to put this map in multiplayer, and I'm going to go have lunch, and you're going to be cutting down trees, my friend. Where are you going, sir? Oh, okay. Here I am. All right, let's go. Go. Yeah, you know, it's kind of like it's kind of like I was saying in the Discord. It's like what I've seen for the multiplayer server is most people don't want to join unless somebody's there already. But if somebody's not willing to play solo, at least for a little while, then nobody will ever join. So. All right, so I'm going to go back to. Let's do 9 kph this time and see how that works out. Yeah, and it's going to be, we'll need that new vehicle to push my overspill back into the bunker there. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. Okay, never mind. I was going to say, it looks like it automatically cleaned it up, but no, Giants isn't that cool. I just hope I don't get stuck again. Let's see if we can hit the right button. Well, we're almost 54% compacted. That's not bad. Okay, yeah, looks like 9 kph is the way to go. All right. All right, you take a break. We got to run down to the shop. And if I buy this thing, I'm going to use the gooseneck trailer to bring it back. Now, the only thing I don't like about this mod is the shifting sound. Like in lower gears, it sounds like somebody that pushes in the clutch while they leave the gas on, you know, like they're power shifting or something. Whoa. This is rather fast. I was trying to honk my horn for Doris so she could check out my new truck. I can't remember the keys for that. What time is it? All right, I'm still doing good. Okay. Well, we need a lot of money. Well, we're still below 5 million, so it's not the end of the world. Oh no, that's not a TLX. That's an F450. Yeah, that's this mod here. From Northwest Mods and Edits, which I modified further myself to stick my logo on it. Pretty nice mod. The colors are really cool too. Let me show you guys the other colors. You got silver. You got gray. I think the gray actually looks really nice. Sort of a matte black. blue, and red. Yeah, nice mod. All right, so I'm going to get the low loader that goes with it. This is a mod from the same team. Okay. And you can add these accessories to it. So for now, I just want vehicle transport. I wonder if we want a different color. Black looks good. Brown would be good if we were getting deployed. And that's metal. I think I'm going to go with black on this one. I don't want a deck on the neck. I think the standard ramp will be just fine. Design options. Oh, okay. You could put side steps on it. Storage. You can also put in toolboxes on the side, like you can see there. But I think those are only cosmetic. I guess I'll go ahead and get them. It's only 300 bucks. Uh-oh, what did I just change? Okay, yeah, I wanted the side steps. And I want the side boxes. Yeah, I don't like the front box. Okay. Yeah, well, in this case, the upgrades are only 250 bucks. So, not a big deal. Yeah, the sounds on this mod could be better, but I do like the way it looks. Whoopsie daisy. I need to put the tailgate down. Ah, there we go. Okay, and are there any hoses? Yeah, there we go. And then I can put the gate back up, right? Oh, there's the honk. Hey, Doris! Check it out! Okay, yeah, I can put the tailgate back up. All right. So that's ready. See? She saw my truck and now, look. Oh, I was going to say she didn't disappear. Oh, well, that didn't last long. All right. Let's hope this thing's worth it. Probably could have just leased it. It's pretty cool. Don't see these every day. Whoops. And I'm hitting my brand new trailer already. Not so easy to steer. Alright, now I assume I'm going to have to lift this thing up in the front, if you can do that. Oh, look at that. All sorts of controls that I'm going to have a hard time using effectively. Let's see if I can get it up here without hurting anything. Yikes. Open AI worker menu? You can put a worker on this thing? Okay. Just barely fits on there. Yeah, I put the straps on. I'm going to try to keep my speed at a sane level so we don't tip it over. This would probably be a good time for a screenshot. Alright, we'll pretend we're moving fast. Whoops. There we go. Use that for the thumbnail. I know they, since I got this mod for the truck, they updated it so that the suspension doesn't rock quite so much. But if I update it, then I'm going to have to do the graphics all over again, so I'm just going to live with it for now. Alright. So we need to unfold. And then get up in this thing. Oh, okay. It's the same thing, huh? Okay, actually, let's go around to the other side so we can hopefully scoop what we spilled into the other side. Okay, so we unfold. Lower that down. Oh, look at that. Nice. And then you can also tilt it up and down. So let's see what happens if we just drive over it like this. It looks like it's kind of flattening it out. And now I'm stuck. Yeah. Yeah, you do have to get the feel for it. I'm beginning to see that. And it sure likes to turn. And fast. Alright. So I think if I do this, if I just like drive over it, yikes. Back and forth. It'll level it out. Over time. And hopefully keep it nice and flat. Alright, so let's see if I can set up an auto drive course for this thing. To just go around in a loop. Alright, and we'll call this Silage 1. And I'm just going to try to drive through here as straight as I possibly can, down the middle. And then I'll drive around to the other side. And just have it loop through there. And I think I can set it up so that it just continually loops through. Okay. I need another waypoint. Alright, so we'll call this Silage 1B. Alright, so unload. I don't see any way to make a looping course though. Lower the pusher down a bit. Okay. Does anyone know how to make a loop? There's not really a mode for that. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do it manually, I guess. Okay, now it's going back on its own. Alright, well, we'll leave it for now. Let's get back to the harvest. I don't know if it's going to drive through again, or if it's just going to stop. Yeah, I think it's just going to wait there. Okay. Oh, angle down. Like that. Oops. No, I don't want to do that. Okay, like that. Raise. And then angle it down. Crap. Hey Zing5, thanks for the sub. Appreciate that. Let me drive over it backwards. So now I want to level this out. Yeah, this is not as easy as it looks, and it looks really hard. Might be better if I just raise this thing up all the way and just drive back and forth on it. Oh, it says it's 100% compacted now. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was tempted to buy the silo myself. Maybe I will at some point. We'll try it this way. Alright, so we'll mess with that some more later. First, let's get some more chaff in there. Yeah, well, you know, when I try to level it, I just end up creating huge mounds of stuff. If you just drive back and forth on it, it kind of levels itself. So I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure what good I can do with that leveling implement on the front of it, you know. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I may sell that thing and just run over it, just run over the chaff with the Challenger. Although it is nice to have something to push it in if it comes out the ends. Yeah, if there was a more expensive version of it, that would, I'm sure that would fix it. $5.5 million? Yeah, that's even more than me. Firebugs, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Welcome to the stream. All right, let's go. Anyway, I think I'm easily going to have enough chaff here to last me a couple seasons worth of cow food. So we may consider selling some of the silage and doing this every year, or maybe we just do this once every few years. In which case, it's probably better just to lease the forage harvester. Okay. All right. So yeah. Okay. So I don't have to be too careful about. All right. Yeah. I'll just set it level and just run with it and back and forth and see what happens. Yeah, and I'm thinking after we get our harvest done this winter, I think maybe we'll make another huge field or two. You know, buy some additional land. The land is really cheap on this map. It's $85,000 per parcel. Although, yeah, I do own a bit more. If I bought these two, we can make a really big field down there. Like how it just kind of fires all that chaff out the end. I don't know if they got it exactly right, Zing 5, because I did have to get a mod in order to allow me to borrow that much money. Otherwise, you're limited to what is it? $1,500,000, something like that. So even there, they fell a little bit short. All right, slow it down to 9. Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say that we're probably going to get somewhere around 400 or 5,000 liters. 400 or 500,000 liters off of this field. And since we know that we need, or at least we think we need about 250,000 liters of TMR to feed our cows for the year, and it seems like a little bit less than, it seems like about 40% of that is coming from silage. Like I said, this should take care of us for several seasons, or give us some to sell. I'm inclined to sell some. We got to start paying for some of this equipment we're using. Now, the bakery alone is going to get us... The bakery alone is going to get us over $1 million per year. Easily. That's if we just sell stuff every day and we don't even look at prices. And if we store it all and just sell in the 1 month per year that it's worth the most, then we'll probably get a lot more than that. Yeah, this mod that I have will go up to 10 million. Well, I spend over $1 million per year now, and that's just the bakery, right? I also have furniture. I have crops to sell. You know, like I can make another giant field this year and put soybeans on it. What did we make? We made over 300,000 on soybeans this year from one field. So, so that's just the bake. I mean, I think we could realistically probably make 2 or 3 million a year without a lot of difficulty. Yep. And and I think we can do it even without maxing the loan. But where's the fun in that, right? Hey, Wee Willie's back. All right. Well, this isn't... We're getting through this field a little bit quicker than I was expecting, which is good. Because it's starting to get late, and I did want to... I was hoping to get to the sugar beets. So that we can start making cake. Yeah, with the loan max, I think the interest is like $32,000 a month or something like that. Yeah, Willie, I did buy it. Although I'm a little disappointed because it's hard to use. But we're gonna mess around with it for a bit, and hopefully it'll work itself out. Right, and we got 2 silage pits here, so the reasoning for that is that we have one that's going to be full of silage that we can use, and then the other one is where we put more material for the next batch, right? Oh, come on, baby. Get up there. I wonder if it would be better with the Challenger. Or maybe I just need to flatten it a bit first. Alright, let's run through there a few times. Okay. Jim said we want big piles, not to worry about it. Just keep working at it. So that's what I'll do. Just keep running through. If we get piles, I'll just plow through the piles and it should all sort itself out. Do love that turning radius. Okay, and I'm going to lower this down so we get this picked up, pushed in. Let's try that again. Get in there, you. See, this is what I mean when I say that I feel like I might be making things worse rather than better. Alright, that's not better than it was before. But I'm going to have faith. Whoa! I'm going to have faith in my buddies here. Push it towards the center that way. Push it towards the end this way. Yeah, I guess it's smoothing it out. Eventually the big bump will be in the front. Yeah, and it might even be smooth enough that I can drive through it soon. Hey, Sax Live, I haven't played SnowRunner, but I have played Spin Tires, which I understand is pretty similar. Angle it down. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to make small adjustments. There we go. Yeah, it does seem to be getting a little bit better. I don't know why I doubted you, Alex. Let's lower this a bit. Okay, let's see if I can drive through this now. Because that guy in the harvester is getting paid by the hour and he's not doing anything at all right now. Alright, so this time I'm actually going to slow down a bit. And I'll try to dump everything out here in the middle where we have this little depression. Maybe I will try SnowRunner. It does look fun. I played SnowRunner back when I had a wheel and pedals and everything. Or not SnowRunner, Spin Tires. Yeah, and it was pretty cool. It was kind of exhausting though. Hey Jim, is there a sailing simulator? Because if there isn't, there should be. That would be awesome. time we got? Yeah, I'll probably have to, we'll probably have to do the sugar beets next time. As much as I'd like to keep going, the wife let me start early, but I think she might be expecting me to finish a little bit early too. I haven't tried Lawn Mowing Simulator. But, yeah, I like Farm Sim. I like both of the truck simulators, Euro and American. Those are both pretty good. I've played, I got Train Simulator, and I played it for a couple hours, but Train Simulator seems kind of boring. More boring than these other simulator games. I mean, they're all a little bit boring, but I haven't tried Goat Simulator yet. I wonder if that's any good. Ah, okay. Yeah, I never played OpenTTD. But I have played Transport Fever, and that's pretty fun. Oh yeah, Factorio's a great train simulator. I agree, 100%. No, I haven't played Widelands. I actually haven't heard of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, we do have some more shows set up. I think we play next weekend, actually. That sounds pretty cool, Zinc. I didn't try that. Maybe I've been playing it wrong. Yeah, well, like I said, I didn't play too long. It was just long enough to see, okay, you know, you push this button to go, you set your speed, and then that's about it. And then you wait till you get there. And the DLC costs a ton of money. Alright, let's see if I can get through here again. I'm just going to drive right over what I did last time. Or attempt to. Yeah, then I think I'll probably have to level it out again. That was a little too fast. Oh yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. You want to take up all the slack before you start moving, right? Make sure the blade's always touching the chaff. Okay. We'll do that again on the next load here. Hopefully we'll be able to get this field done before I have to go. If not, then I'll finish it off offline. Since this is taking a rather long time. But I'm glad we got our sorghum finished. Got our our grain mill underway. Oh, the other thing I was going to say when we were talking about what to do for money, another thing we could do with another big field is we could do canola and buy an oil mill, and we could make canola oil. That makes a decent profit. Yeah, you could do canola, sunflower, and olives. I don't know if I'll do olives in this playthrough. I mean, maybe we could. Once all the other objectives are met. Maybe grapes and olives would be the next thing to do. A plane just flew by. Cereal. Yeah, that would probably be a good next step. We just need the raisins. Oh, and honey. Yeah, we're not doing any bees yet. Although bees are pretty easy to get going. You don't have to give them anything. Oh, alright, I'm full. Let's go. I think I'm going to level this out a little bit before I try to drive through it again. Alright, let's see if we can push this up in there. We have to angle it down a bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. I really don't like that side-to-side adjustment. guess if you just drive through until the blade is not touching anymore, then you can just lower the blade a bit, right? And then make another pass. Kind of like a planer, right? Where each pass through you take off the high spots, and then once the high spots are gone, the planer sits a little bit lower, and then you have new high spots. So I'll just drive through, and then each time I'll just lower the blade just a tad. And hopefully that'll smooth things out. Alright, see, that looks like it's not doing anything. And then maybe tilt it down a bit. Okay. Angle down. There we go. Yeah, like I said, I'm making small adjustments so I don't want to mess it up. There. See, that's what I want to see. That's when you know it's working. When you almost stop moving, but not quite. Oh yeah, look how much flatter that is now. Okay, let's lower it down a bit more. Yeah, I can see little grains of corn in there. I like how they did that. Alright, let's do one more pass, and then we'll try to drive my trailer through it. $360,000 liters so far. Yeah, well, that thing works. I mean, it's like I said, you know, when I first started using it, I felt like I was making things worse, but yeah, you just keep rolling through there, and it does flatten it out. So I wonder what the capacity of that silo is, because I've got almost 400,000 in there, and it doesn't even look like it's half full yet, so I'm guessing it must be about 1 million per side. Alright, so I'm going to fill this thing up one more time. Maybe we'll get to the end of the field here. Let's see. Yeah, let's get this field finished, and then we'll call it a night. And I'm going to go make myself a White Russian and read my book. Oh, okay. Well, doesn't it... I mean... Yeah. You didn't already make the White Russian? Nah, I got the vodka and the Kahlua. I'm just drinking water right now. That is a great drink. Yeah, and the Big Lebowski certainly made it popular. The Dude Abides. It's one of my favorite movies. But I've really been enjoying these this series of books that I've been reading. And I apologize, but I can't remember the name of the series itself because none of the books carry the name of the series. But the first book in the series is called The Three Body Problem, and it's a science fiction series of 3 books. I'm about 2/3 of the way through the 3rd book. It's by a Chinese author. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Cixin Liu, I think his name is. Cixinliu. And they're making a Netflix series based on the first book, which won the Hugo Award, I believe. It won one of the major science fiction awards. I think it was the Hugo Award. Oh, Jim, you should see it. It's a great movie, I think. Really unique. Yeah, a lot of people love to quote it and stuff, and there's lots of silly things in it, but it's a really good film, you know. The Big Lebowski, or which name are you asking about? Are you asking about the name of the author? Here, let me see if I can. I'll get a link for it. Yeah, hang on a second. Let me finish this row. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, that's the first book. Yeah, it's called The Three Body Problem. Which comes from... yeah, I do like science fiction. Yeah, the three body problem comes from a classical problem in physics, or a problem in classical physics, where when you have two celestial bodies orbiting each other, like a planet and a moon, for example, or a star and a planet, it's relatively easy to calculate their positions. But once you introduce a third body into it, then it turns into a chaotic system, where it's almost impossible to predict accurately. And so part of the story is based on this alien race that lives near Alpha Centauri, like the closest star system to us, which is actually a system of 3 stars that all move around one another, and how that creates a incredibly chaotic environment on the planet that they're trying to inhabit. And then there are many zany adventures. No, they're not zany, but anyway, it's a really great book. So I read the first one. I really loved it, and I really liked the second one, and so far the third one. The third one I would say is not quite as good as the other two, but it's still been a really good read. And I'm glad I decided to read them before the Netflix series came out. There's a YouTube channel called Quinn's Ideas, and the guy that does the channel, assuming his name is Quinn, he's a science fiction fan. Primarily, he's a Dune nerd, and he's done lots of really good discussions and analysis on the Dune series. And since the latest Dune movie came out, his channel's gotten really popular. And so I heard about the Three Body Problem book from him. So I decided to read it. He said it was the most terrifying science fiction series he's ever read. So I was like, hey, I got to check this out. So I got that book, and when I got the book, that's when I found out they were making a series out of it, because it said so on the cover. But like I said, I'm glad I got to the book before the series came out, because it's always better to read the book first. Oh, dude, Jim. I read the Belgariad about 5 times when I was in middle school and high school. I loved it. I haven't read anything else of his. But back then they had like the first the first 2 or 3 books in the school library. Remember libraries, kids? Yeah, and I read through them really quickly. I loved them, and then eventually I was able to find the other books. I think you might be right about Asimov. I think it was a short story, though. Yeah, I like Isaac Asimov a lot. I haven't read any Kurt Vonnegut, though. Who asked me about that? Zinc 5. If you can recommend some place to start. I know that he's an acclaimed author, but I haven't read any of his stuff. Oh, wait, didn't he write... what was that book? Slaughterhouse 5 or something like that? Was Slaughterhouse 5 his book? I didn't read it, but I... Yeah, okay. Yeah, and that's like a... I mean, that's like 20th century literature kind of stuff, It's a significant book. Oh, okay. Yeah, Jim, I mean, I have to say that, they always say that the book is better than the movies, but in the case of Foundation, the book is vastly better than the series. I actually don't think that the series was very well done. That's just my opinion, of course, but the Foundation series of books I thought was really great. I enjoyed that. But I like Asimov's short stories a lot, and again, back in my middle school and early high school days, Asimov wrote a lot of nonfiction books too about about mathematics and astronomy and stuff, and those were great. I loved those books when I was younger. I mean, they're really outdated now, so they might not be as good, but back when I read them, they were fantastic. All right. Harvest is done. Good job, Worker C. Yeah, I haven't read any Terry Brooks either. You know, and I tell you guys that I like science fiction, but I'm really not. I'm not very well read in the genre. But I just like the way that science fiction introduces certain moral dilemmas and, you know, explores, I don't know, like interesting phenomena that may or may not happen because of certain technology or, you know, scientific discoveries and stuff. And I don't know, I get really fascinated by it. All right, boys and girls, I think I'm going to have to call it a night. Got a good 3.5 hours in. Let's take a look at the state of things here real quick before we shut things down. I mean, look at these puny fields compared to that one. Right, so here's what I'm thinking for future expansion. You see this area between these little roads here on 34 through 36? Well, where my grass field is, right? That's one big field. That's one big field there. Over here, this is one big field. Right, so that's what I want to start doing. Do I own 28? Okay, yeah, we buy 28. That's one big field. I just all the empty space where we don't have forest, I want to start buying all that up and just putting fields in, so that eventually we have like 5 or 6 fields like this one. You know, that's kind of what I'm shooting for in the long run. So let's check on production real quick. Oh, what month is it, by the way? It's August. Do I have anything I need to sell in August? Okay, yeah, August is not the best month for anything in terms of prices. Cows are good. We could take more milk to the dairy. Maybe I'll do that. I don't have a tanker yet, do I? We need to buy a tanker. Okay, the mill's going to be going crazy. Bakery's going to be going crazy. Yeah, we're still making furniture. We're almost out on wood, so we could always go do some forestry and make some more money that way. Oh, yeah, we should be... I forgot to turn on the hay dryer. So, yeah, so we still got a lot to do. Thanks again for the support and the fun conversation. It's always a lot more fun when you're all here with me. I appreciate it. And I will see you all Sunday morning at the normal time. Have a great night. You can't automate forestry. Well, no, you can't automate forestry, but you can make it more efficient, and we'll be doing that. It's a big money maker. So, see you next time, guys. Take care.